Welcome back to Soul Speech. Hello everyone, I'm Soulman. Today's topic is greetings. Probably most of you already know how to say 안녕하세요. So what took so long to get here to introduce 안녕하세요? Well, good question. So far, we've been working on a lot of building blocks to read and write Hangul characters, describe something, ask questions, and answer for it. Don't forget that we also have been training on how to say these politely or casually, which is very important in Korean culture. Please consider this lesson as a combination and review of all these things we learned using greetings context. Then feel the delicacy and richness of Hangul expressions. Let's begin. The simplest form of saying hello is 안녕. The simplest form of saying goodbye is also 안녕. What? Yes, that's right. But we need to use different intonations. Hello is 안녕, 안녕. Goodbye is 안녕, 안녕. Both of these are very casual expressions and should be used between close friends or family members. 안녕 itself means stay well, be well, or do well. Now a formal and polite version. 안녕하세요 or 안녕하십니까? Everybody knows this one. So what is the nuance difference between these two? 안녕하세요 is polite but less formal. 안녕하십니까 is also polite but more formal. When you say hello to a person you never met before, you can use either of them, but 안녕하십니까 is more in business context. 안녕하세요 is for more personal greetings. The tail character 요 and 까 before the question mark should look familiar to you. That's right. They are from 까요니아, tail characters for questions. 하세요 or 하십니까 is based on the root word 하다. 하다 means either does something, it is, or it feels. In this case, it meant it is or it feels. So, how is it going? How are you? Are you well? Is everything okay? How are you feeling? Are all applicable translations to 안녕하세요 or 안녕하십니까 of Hangul. Remember, 하십니까 is actually read as 하십니까 in normal conversation speed. Since 받침 비읍 collides with next 자음 니은 and the 받침 비읍 sound is morphed into 받침 미음 sound, the M sound. In Hangul grammar, it is called as 자음 접변 as we learned before. Now, another expression that everybody knows or the first Korean sentence people learn. 감사합니다. 감사합니다, which is a formal and polite way of saying thank you. A bit more friendly yet still polite version is 감사해요. 감사해요. The word 감사 means thankful. 합니다 or 해요 means I do, it does, or I feel. Thus, 감사합니다 or 감사해요 literally means I'm thankful or thank you. Since all of you Soul Speech members began with how to write and read Korean alphabets without using Romanized sound symbols, we know how to pronounce as natives. 감사합니다, 감사해요, not 감사합니다. A variation of 감사합니다 and 감사해요 is 고맙습니다 and 고마워요. Both 감사합니다 and 고맙습니다 are 존댓말. They pretty much mean the same thing. But 고맙습니다 and 고마워요 are much more friendly and casual, used in less formal situations. The root word is 고맙다, which means feeling thankful. When you say 고맙습니다, 받침 비읍 and next 자음 니은 triggers collision of 자음접변. Therefore, with normal speed, we read it as 고맙습니다 instead of 고맙습니다. Try yourself. Let me introduce 반말 with greetings. We have learned what 존댓말 was. They are used to be polite or for honorific expressions. 반말 is a counter concept of 존댓말. It is used in casual situations between friends, to younger people, or just where politeness is not needed. 존댓말 is used in formal situations when you don't know each other, to elder people, or just to be polite. 존댓말 shows respect to the other person's action, which is a verb, or for a description, which is an adjective, for the person. But it should never be used for things or belongings of the person. For example, you should use 존댓말 to your grandfather, 할아버지, but not to grandfather's hat or shoes. There are a lot of misuse of 존댓말 even for Koreans in this case. We already know many patterns of 존댓말 endings such as something입니다, something 합니다, something 하세요, something 해요, something요, or something 십시오. So most of them ends with 요 or 니다. 반말 typically ends with something 다, something 이다, something 해, something 해라, something 워, or something 어. It is very important to remember these endings to be fluent in Hangul. So let's repeat one more time. For 반말 다, 이다, 해, 해라, 워, 어. For 존댓말 입니다, 합니다, 하세요, 해요, 요, 십시오. Let's take a look at examples of these in greetings context. Here is how to say thank you in a casual way between friends or to a younger person. 고맙다 and 고마워. 고맙다, 고마워. The tail words 다 or 워 can be used to make it a casual thanks. You should not use this expression to your teacher, to your boss, or to your grandfather even if you are very thankful. Use polite expression 고맙습니다 or 감사합니다. Let's take a look at how to say goodbye. We already know what 안녕 means. It means be well or being well. When we append the tail word he, something he, it turns it into an adverb. That's right. 안녕히 is an adverb helping to describe the following verb or an action. 가다 root word means to go. To go, it is a verb. Now append 존댓말 tail words 세요 or 십시오 to the root word of 가다. Then we can make verbs 가세요 or 가십시오 as honorific expressions to mean please go. Finally, we can use adverb 안녕히 with verb 가세요 or 가십시오, which makes a full sentence to mean please go well, which becomes an honorific expression for saying goodbye. So typical patterns of saying goodbye in honorific expression is 안녕히 가세요 or 안녕히 가십시오. 안녕히 가세요. 안녕히 가십시오. If you want to add more friendly feeling or intonation, you can say it as 안녕히 가세요. 안녕히 가십시오. Instead of more formal way of saying 안녕히 가세요. 안녕히 가십시오. Can you feel the subtle differences? When somebody says farewell by 안녕히 가세요 or 안녕히 가십시오 to you, and if that person is staying there, what should you say in return? If the person is not leaving the place but staying because it is his house, then you should say 안녕히 계세요 or 안녕히 계십시오. 계시다 is an honorific expression for 존댓말 for 있다. 있다 means stay
or be there. So 안녕히 계세요 or 안녕히 계십시오 is also goodbye, but to a person who stays there. 안녕히 계세요. 안녕히 계십시오. Please be careful on the spelling. When you say 계세요, you use 요, 세요. When you use 십시오, it is 시오, not 시요. 계세요, 계십시오.
It is generally safe to use honorific expressions for goodbye by saying 안녕히 계세요 or 안녕히 가세요. It can be too formal if goodbye is between friends, lovers, people with similar ages, or simply you are in personal relationship. For more casual version of 안녕히 가세요 or 안녕히 계세요, we can use this polite yet friendly version. 잘 가세요, 잘 가세요 is more friendly and less formal than 안녕히 가세요. Here, 잘 means well. It can be used as an adverb or adjectives. In this case, it is used as an adverb describing 가세요, which means to go, so it means go well. Please go safe and sound. You can also use 잘 가요 for this case. 잘 가요 is a bit less formal and used between people with more private relationship rather than formal or business relationship. To reply to this goodbye, the leaving person should say to a staying person with these words, 잘 있어요, which means please stay well. Here is an old Korean song saying goodbye between lovers for farewell. This can be used for farewell depending on the context. The title of the song is 잘 있어요.
잘 있어요. 그 한마디였었네. 잘 가세요, 잘 가세요. 인사만 했었네.
If this is goodbye between friends, you don't need to and should not use honorific expressions. For this case, we can use very casual expression called 반말 here. 반말 can be simply without 세요 or 요, which becomes 잘 가, which means casual bye to a person who is leaving. It means goodbye, go well. Or 잘 있어, which means casual bye to a staying person. It means goodbye, stay well. 잘 가 and 잘 있어 are best expression to be used between friends when one person is leaving and the other one is staying. Okay, let's summarize how to say goodbye with different level of politeness. If you want to be very polite, use 안녕히 가세요 and return 안녕히 계세요. If you want to be polite but yet friendly, say 잘 가세요 or 잘 있어요. When in casual cases between friends, use 잘 가 as a reply, 잘 있어. 안녕히 가세요, 안녕히 계세요. 잘 가세요, 잘 있어요. 잘 가, 잘 있어. Again, use of correct politeness level in Korean language is very important. Here is another way of saying goodbye with even higher politeness level. We all know that what 또 means. 또 means again. See you again or see you later in Korean is 또 봐요, which you should be familiar with by now, since many video endings of Seoul Speech episodes ends with that. If you want to say goodbye very politely, yet also want to indicate that you wish to meet again, say 또 뵙겠습니다. 또 뵙겠습니다. It's a little bit hard to pronounce. 또 뵙겠습니다. It means I will see you again or I'd like to see you again very politely. 뵙다 is an honorific expression for 보다, which means to see or to meet. Something 겠습니다 usually means I would like to do something. So 뵙겠습니다 means I would like to see you or I'd like to meet you.